guys, I'm gonna be making a tier list of all the killers, as you see by the title. And well, yeah, as you can see here, I have Slasher, and that's what we're gonna get started with. So, that's the name is Slasher. This killer is the free killer, and probably the worst killer. But yeah, this is his M1. This is his first attack, the head. This is his second attack, his wound. And then this is his third ability, Raging Pace. Which simply just makes him, go a little bit faster, but he stays at 70 stamina. And you can disable it by just clicking. And yeah, Slasher is free, so it's a very simple character. There's really not much to talk about it. And yeah. But yeah, that's about it for Slasher. But actually, I did forget. When he's running, he gets a little dash towards the head. See, like here. So, but he does get slowness as well. But yeah, Slasher's main attack, Wound, does the most damage. Yeah, that's about it though for Slasher. Alright, so yeah, now that we've gone over Slasher, it's time to rate him. Honestly, with Slasher, he's really bad. He's just going to stay in D tier. Yeah, that's about it for Slasher, because he's just honestly terrible. I mean, he's a free killer, so obviously he's going to be the worst killer. Especially after the Slasher update came out. He used to be called Jason, and he had his hitbox nerfed, which just makes him really bad since he doesn't have any ranged attacks. So yeah, that's why he's pretty horrible. Okay, on to the next killer, Cool Kid. He has the fastest M1 in the game. So there's that. That's just a regular M1. Yeah, alright. So yeah, that's the fastest M1 for a killer. Then he has his second ability, which is Corrupt Nature, which is a fast projectile that gives the survivor slowness 1 with 3 seconds, and then it highlights the survivor as well. That's doing a bit of damage. Then you have his main attack, the main damaging attack, Walk Speed Override. It's basically there's a wind up and then there's a dash. It gives him 31 for 6 seconds, and then but yeah, it just gives him 31 for 6 seconds and does a huge amount of damage. The only bad thing about Walk Speed Override is you can't turn it. So he'll keep going in one direction until you hit something or the move stands naturally. So yeah, it's pretty mid of a move. That's final move. Is Pizza Delivery. This is his way of finding survivors. It's slow, but the minions go to the nearest survivor and attack him, but the survivor can also just, do that and kill them. But if they are hit, they are revealed and get burning. But if they're hit by the minions. But, yeah. Cool Kid is a pretty decent, he's a pretty decent killer. He's not very good in my opinion, though. Alright, now that we've gone over Cool Kid, we can rate him. For Cool Kid, okay, I know a lot of people like Cool Kid and say it's their favorite killer, all this. I do not. So, I mean, you can feel free to share your opinions in the comments, but I just think he's really mid. So, honestly, I'm going to just put him in B tier. He's not my favorite killer at all. I don't even use him. But yeah, the reason he's mid is because of his Walk Speed Override. The fact that you can't turn it, if you miss it, you get heavily punished. And there's some maps like Pizza Place where there's a bunch of like walls and stuff. It's like so difficult to actually do anything, which is why I'm rating it in B tier. Alright, on to our third killer, John Doe. Before we go over his abilities, he has 2 passives. First of all, this trail, which gives them the survivor corrupted 1 for 3 seconds. which just does a bit of damage. And yeah, that's it. And then for his second passive, when he's using 404 Error, or I believe it's Corrupted Energy, when he's stunned, it's only for 2 seconds. It's shortened whenever he's using any of those abilities. Yeah, that's it for passives. Now we can get on to abilities. So his first ability, honestly, just M1. It's honestly the most average M1. Just an average amount of damage. That's it. Corrupted Energy, though, is interesting because he brings a bunch of spikes out of the ground. And, you know, yeah, you can move your camera to face them. But yeah, so that way you can, you know, trap survivors. And also, if you hit a survivor, you get speed 3 for 3 seconds, or speed 1 for 3 seconds, and the survivor's thing is highlighted. So yeah, that's it for Corrupted Energy. Digital Footprint is a trap. You can place 3 of these per game, and and if the survivor walks into it, they get highlighted, they have slowness, and they take a bunch of damage, and the survivor's highlighted to the killer. So it's very bad if you step in one of these. Now next is 404 Error. All that does is just let you find the nearest survivor. So yeah, John Doe's pretty simple. He's the most skill-based character in the game, or killer in the game. And yeah, if you're bad with him, he's awful. If you're great with him, he's good. That's kind of about it for John Doe, though. Alright, now that we've rated John Doe, now that we've gone over John Doe, we're gonna be rating him. Now, as I said in the video, right, high skill ceiling, but his abilities just aren't good. The only good ability I think he has is the Corrupted Energy, because 404 Error, yeah, you find survivors, but that takes up a whole energy slot. And for the traps are so easy to avoid. Like, it's just sad, honestly. But the skill ceiling makes him pretty good. But I'll put him above Cool Kid, but he's still pretty bad. Alright, our fourth killer is 1x1x1, or you can just call him 1x4, whatever you want to. Now, right, he is obviously easy in bunch of abilities, the most abilities of any killer, and he is the opposite of Slasher, being pretty much fully ranged. So yeah, this is his M1. He has no passes, unfortunately, as well. Yeah, but with his M1, he gets glitched, where they can't see their health bar or their stamina bar. Yeah, moving on, we have Master Infection. It is a projectile that when hit also covers up the screen a bit and your stamina and health bar. So there's also that. Now also there's Entanglement. When you hit Entanglement, the survivor is highlighted, you get speed 2 for 2 seconds, as well as them being covered in pop-ups, which they have to get rid of. And once they get rid of the pop-ups, they get a slight speed boost. Now, then not last, but Unstable Eye. The blindness 3 for 3 seconds, and speed 1 for 3 seconds, and the survivor is also highlighted too. And since I only have one out, I can't really show you, but Rejuvenate the Rotten. You get that when you kill at least one person. You can rejuvenate them, and then they can either attack any survivors that are close by to them, or they can you can kill them. You can kill the rejuvenated beings for a speed boost. So yeah, I highly recommend using Rejuvenate the Rotten at the last man standing. Also, quick thing for Mass Infection, if you hit it up close, it does more damage, like a lot more damage. So yeah. It does a ton, and also applies that glitch effect. You know, a lot of these moves apply the glitched effect. But yeah, 1x is a pretty good killer, like really good. So yeah. Okay, now it's time for 1x, 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 or whatever you call them, 1x4. I don't know. So honestly, he's the counterpart, you know, of Slasher, and he's pretty good if you have good aim. And I believe, honestly, while he is kind of slow, I think he's a solid A tier. Just because of his projectiles, entanglement, mass infection, all of his abilities are good. Every single one. Which is why I think he's a really solid A tier. But yeah, that's it for 1X. Alright, last but not least, we have Noli. And yeah, basically what Noli does, right? It has one passive, sorry. And it's called hallucination. There are 3 stages to this passive, right? No, its first stages, I'm pretty sure it's just weird noises, machines, the count, the timer being weird. The second stage is fake healing machines popping up, which don't actually heal you, but it looks like it's healing you. And then the third and final stage is a Noli clone, which is so real and close to actual Noli, you can't really tell that well if it's a clone or not. So always be careful of that. Now, standard M1 or vanilla M1. Nothing that good about it. It's pretty mid M1 actually. Doesn't do too much. Then there's Void Rush, Noli's main, source of damage. It likely to walk you override. Is wind up until you hit something. But with this, right, you can actually change directions. So yeah, that's why Void Rush is pretty good. Void Rush also, right, you hit them, and then you can hit it again. Now, if there's a bunch of other different survivors, you can hit them kind of like a combo, hitting each one over and over again, which can be a lot of good damage, because there's a crowd. So yeah, that's it for Void Rush. Then there's Nova. Nova is a projectile, where you can click E to explode it whenever you want. And obviously it's an object, it'll automatically explode. But if it's right, it has a way better explosion if it hits a wall or something. As you can see, it's much bigger than that. And also, Nova pulls in a survivor, as you can see. But yeah, that's it for Nova. Then its Noli's final ability, Observant. He can teleport with a small windup to any generator on the map, and people are highlighted for him, so that's his way of finding survivors. Also, the more far away that a survivor is, the more hallucination they will get when using Observant. So yeah, that's about it for Noli. Okay, last but not least, Noli. As I said, Noli is really good. I even made Noli, so all of its abilities are not only good, they're great. Like, I mean, Nova Blast, you pull a survivor, so they waste stamina. Like, I mean, I can think of so many more. Like, their thing, Void Rush. You can hit multiple people? Like, what? It's like an upgrade version of Walk Speed Override. Like, it's so good. So then there's that, and then there's the, how you call it, the generator move, observation, whatever, right? You can literally go across the map instantly. It's so good during Last Man Standing as well. And then the hallucination passive too makes a bunch of people waste their abilities. It's great. It causes so much chaos. You get to just destroy people. I mean, so yeah, Noli is an easy S tier. The best killer in the game, for sure. I had, you guys can disagree with me, but easy S tier. But yeah, this is my rating with, Slasher in D tier, Nobody in C tier, Cool Kid on the bottom of B tier, John Doe at the top of B tier, 1X in A tier, and Noli in S tier. I'm excited to when they add more killers. So hopefully next killer can be a really good killer. Alright, well, that is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what your favorite killer is in the comments. And have a good day.